Hi and welcome to this video. My name is Sofia and I'll be guiding you in this video. So today we're going to do one of the most important algorithms in Neurografica, at least like the basis of what the algorithms are about. So this is maybe your first video. At least this video is what I would suggest for any beginners, just for understanding what Neurografica really is. So yeah, this method is the basis algorithm. So Neurografica is a creative and therapeutic method that helps process emotions, gain insights into your inner world, and create balance. So by drawing these neural lines and patterns, you can reduce stress and explore subconscious thoughts and facilitate personal growth. The process works by allowing you to express feelings and thoughts in a safe and nonverbal way, helping you find new perspectives and release emotional blockage. So the first thing you do is prepare your materials. You'll need a paper, a marker, and colored pencils, and a quiet space to focus without distractions. Mostly with all the algorithm in Neurografica, you're not supposed to listen to music because that can distract you from your own thinking, and the lyrics might affect your drawing of how you're thinking. Don't listen to any podcasts, don't watch any YouTube videos, just be in your own world, in your own thoughts, and do Neurografica. So in the basis algorithm, you'll have to have a clear goal in your mind for what you want to achieve. This could be by balancing your emotions, gaining insights into a situation you're going through, or processing a specific issue. Also, something else with this basic algorithm, you can also release emotions. So if you're, for example, feeling stressed out or you're going through something, you can use this algorithm as well, and I'll show you how. So the first thing you do is you'll think about an emotion. You may need to close your eyes and just think of something that maybe frustrates you. It can also be a joyful emotion, doesn't have to be any negative. So what I want you to do is take your black marker, then you take a deep breath, and then you just doodle that frustrating or whatever emotion you're feeling. Now I've made a very spontaneous chaos on my paper, right? So the next thing we do is we start rounding off all the sharp edges. And if you don't know, or this is your first time, sharp edges, they are a sign of chaos and something that is unbalanced. So by rounding off sharp edges, we create harmony and create that balance that we need. So try to notice if you're feeling better after rounding off all the sharp edges. Try it out and see how you're feeling. Take your time. Also, when you see some places where it's not really going anywhere, try to take it out to the edge of the paper. Also right here. Like that. And then I'll just show you how I round off my corners. Also, when you create these bubbles, you can also round them off and keep them. You can also draw over them if you don't like bubbles. It's really up to you how you do it. Just make sure to round off all sharp edges. You can always turn the paper while doing this process. There's no limits of that. Just do however you want and make yourself comfortable. Try to make it as smooth as possible. And now we have rounded off all the sharp edges. So the next step here is to look at your drawing, and we look if there's anywhere where it kind of wants to be connected to the edge of the paper. Like for example, I already see 2 spots here and here that wants to be dragged out and have a connection. Or for example, over here as well. Maybe even here. And here. And here. And even over here. Wherever you feel like it's reaching out for a connection, you make a connection. So yeah, along the way, if you find more places, you just add it. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna round this off before I continue the next step. So yeah. So now what I do is I make more neural lines. I make more connections. So yeah. Also, I want to give some examples on how this may look, or kinda in that way. I have a drawing from when I first started drawing. This is the first time I ever did basis algorithm. I can kind of see that there's some places where it's not really dragged out. So yeah, but it is an example. The next time I did it, I also colored it, and you can see I also added some resources that I maybe needed at that time. And yeah, and this is the last time I did it. So yeah, anytime you're doing this, it can really depend on the mood or what resources you need, so it can look very different. You also don't need to add some circles, but it is something that is really good to do, especially if you want to analyze what could I use in this situation, what could help on my frustrations, what could help on my stress. And yeah, these were just some examples. So now we add some neural lines to make more connections, as I said. So yeah. Okay, and now we round off all the sharp edges again to create harmony. So what you can do now is make some circles for some resources that you want. For example, if you're going through something or you need something, maybe you're feeling stressed, then maybe analyze why maybe you're feeling stressed and potentially try to analyze what you need to reduce the stress. So for example, maybe you're going through some fights with someone, or you're going through a hard time with communicating with your friends. Then, for example, you could choose a resource for communication, because communication is very important when you're going through something with your friends. So you can make a circle for that. But yeah, to make a circle for whatever resource you need. Then you round it off, again, reducing all the conflicts. You can also write what the meaning of the circle is inside or behind on the paper if you want, just so you remember what each circle means. So now I'm finished rounding off my circle for communication, for example, and maybe another circle could be support or inspiration or focus or whatsoever you need. So start brainstorming and figure out what you need and make some circles if you want. This is really not mandatory. It is really for your own sake. So yeah. Wow, it already looks like there's a circle that wants to be formed there. So maybe I'm going to make a circle there. Yeah. Also, there's no rule for how many circles you make. You make as many as you need. That's the same with neurolines. You make as many as you need. So yeah, I think I'm done with using my marker and making resources. So the next step is coloring. And with coloring, you choose the colors that you associate with the certain word and resource you have chosen. So for example, as I took the example communication can be any color that you associate it with. For example, I associate communication with orange, but for you it may be blue, yellow, green, whatever color. That's pretty much what you do. And yeah, just follow along and see how it looks. So now I'm done coloring the background. As I said before, this algorithm really helps with personal development and balance and just understanding your emotions and frustrations and whatsoever you're feeling and how you can deal with them with a simple self-therapy session. I can tell you I already feel so much better. And you do this algorithm whenever you feel like it. So yeah, this algorithm is, as it says itself, the basics of Neurografica, and I hope you understood most of it. If you didn't, you can leave a comment down below. I would happily reply. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in another one. Goodbye!